Hey, hey y'all. Hey, that K camp, huh? Yeah, spend it all. Yeah, this is gonna happen. Hey, spend it all. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. I'm scared. Shut ain't scared. I ain't scared. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Ain't scared at all. Hey. Yeah. 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 Tell me, K Camp. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Go. What's my name? That. Yeah. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Yeah. Happy Sunday. Almost Monday, right? I hope all is well. It's been like 2, 3 weeks since I've been on here. Yeah. Y'all like and subscribe. I promise you I've been practicing consistency. However, I had to be consistent in other areas of my life. With my children and also my new workout routine that I just started. But things are looking up. I feel good. Um, I'm excited. I'm happy. Uh, y'all catch that verses last night? What? Cash Money versus No Limit? Yeah, that was hitting. That was a whole concert. I ain't gonna lie. I had a few twerk sessions last night by myself. You hear me? Because it was really Juvenile versus No Limit. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about it. They both did good. Yeah. Definitely New Orleans. Okay, you heard me, baby. um, whew. And another thing that's been going around, right? Not since yesterday, but really like the last week. This food stamp thing, like that's all y'all is loading everybody's news feeds, timelines, reels full of no food stamps, no food stamps. Okay, no food stamps, right? Get it how you live. Simple as that. But on the real though, while they talking about no food stamps, like be finding other avenues, other ways to get revenue so that you can take care of you and your household. Period. Um, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to sustain and take care of your children, your family. You know what I'm saying? Beyond depending on this so-called government that we have, right? Uh, yeah, not dependable. So you have to consider, like, gardening if you have the space and the property to do so, and keeping canned goods, doing all those things. Um, Learning how to preserve things on your own. So all that good stuff. But I'm so sick of hearing no food stamps and like what y'all gonna do if y'all don't get food stamps on the first and looting the grocery stores and all that. Like, no. Instead of putting all your energy into that, I understand there are gonna be people that maybe, won't be able to take care of their household off the back of it. However, that has to be a wake up call or a sign to those who are able bodied people. um, it's time for you to take care of your house. Stop depending on others, especially if you can. Uh, Make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Slow feet don't eat no way. So if you was solely dependent on it, it's time for you to, put your feet to the ground and get it together. Uh, Yeah, because I'm so over the food stamps. I'm so over y'all talking about Trump and all this other stuff and what Trump's doing and what he's not doing and all this and that. Um, you know, I find it funny that the people who share my reflection, right? Us melanated folk loved talking about how we wanted to be free, right? Free from the system, free from this, free from that. But it only seems like we only want to be free from the system when it's beneficial. However, true freedom comes with responsibility in handling your own affairs. So if you're asking for freedom, or you want freedom, you must know what that looks like. It's not glitz and glamour. You do have to fend for yourself when you want to be free, right? It's just like if you have children and your children are, becoming of age where they want to be grown, right? They want to leave home. They're 18 or whatever, and they want to get out into the world. That comes with responsibility, right? If they are willing to become full adults, that means they are going to be, taking care of their own bills and taking care of themselves. Okay, freedom is the same thing, okay? It's the same thing. If you truly want to be free from the system and be independent, that means you have to be responsible for you and your family. That means you have to be responsible for you and your tribe. That's what that looks like. That's what true freedom is responsibility. So how can I put this? Be careful what you wish for, what you ask for, or be prepared. Be prepared, for what it is you ask for. We want our own businesses. We want our own this. We want our own that. But you have to realize what it looks like turning loose of the very same system that fills your every need, right? And if you are getting certain things that are government assistance or whatever, I'm not too far out of the boat, so I'm not judging for sure. But taking those resources and learning how to build on them and make something out of it for yourself, right? Have an escape method, okay? And an escape method should look like building. It should look like having things, getting things for you and yours. And that's also the space I'm in my life right now. I have a little project that I'm working on. I'm really excited about it. But it's also going to be utilized to feed my family. That is the whole goal and outcome of me doing what I'm doing with this project that you may hear about one day. Anywho, so I've been thinking, right? Like, I don't like talking about relationships because I feel like social media, the internet, is just oversaturated when it comes to relationships. So a lot of times I try to stay away from talking about it. But here lately, in my orbit, in my world, right, I'm happy to say so many people in my life are getting into stable relationships and being with, their person or people that make them happy, right? I'm such a fan of it. I'm a fan of love. I love love, right? I am definitely at heart a lover girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to be in love. I do. But here lately, right? Because we all get hit with reality at some point or another, right? And I haven't beaten myself up for a while because I feel like I didn't do a lot of things right. And I've always been aware of what, I was doing, except for, I'll be honest in saying, when I made my first child, I had no idea. I knew that person, before things turned abusive and just terrible, I knew or thought that I was deeply in like with that individual, right? But I really didn't know. I was just living. I didn't really know what I really wanted. I never even really knew if I wanted children. It wasn't until after I had my first child, I was like, ooh, I want 10 of these things. But I thought that some things were natural. Like when I first got with the individual, I was extremely young. When I say young, I was still a minor. Um, and in my mind, you have sex with someone, right? In my mind, and some women can relate to this. You know, when you're extremely young, you know, you kind of equate sex with marriage. At least I did. So I figured, you know, I'm sleeping with this person. This is gonna be my husband. You know, I didn't think nothing else of it until a couple years went by and I asked, and it was like, oh, yo, I ain't, you know, not really doing that because, you know, I already am, even though he was technically separated from the individual, but, you know, he never told me that in advance, right? I wasn't privy to all the details of his life, and I really didn't ask because Siri, ain't nobody talking to you. I am what I would call at that age, I was dumb submissive, right? And I hate to say the word it like that, but I am. And I was. And even still now, I feel like when I'm deeply in love with a person and we are just having, like, the relationship is just on point, like, it is giving what it needs to give, I become dumb submissive. And I hate that. I hate that because when you are dumb submissive, so many things just fly right past, you know, right past you, and you don't even realize how much um, you didn't pay attention. The questions you needed to ask, you didn't ask. You know, you felt comfortable enough with this person, you let your guard down, like you just become completely free with them. At least that's just me, you know. I've always practiced, even if it doesn't work, it ends terrible or whatever, the love that I given, right, or gave, you know, there's more where that came from, right? So it doesn't matter how much I poured into the individual, how much love I gave to that individual. I feel like there's an overflow of it within me, and I never run out of it. So, you know, and that just comes from, you know, being plugged into the Most High, or just, you know, being on that frequency of knowing that I'll never let a person or a man who doesn't understand the worth or the qualities that I have to offer in a relationship, I would never let that stop me from still being a woman of quality and substance, and caring to the next individual who deserves it from me. So, yeah, dumb submissive. That's me. I'm not gonna lie. That happens, and lately, like, I've just been realizing, like, dang, like, I don't know. Maybe y'all have the moments where you be sitting back like, man, I know I was supposed to be married. Like, there's no way. Now, granted, I did things that most young women would do when they're, you know, between the ages of 18 and 23, 25. Yes, I did a lot of off the wall, spontaneous things. I mean, there's enough word for a cop, but we ain't gonna talk about that, right? It was done a discreet way, and I never, you know, I don't discriminate between people who you know, are experiencing and who are going through the motions of learning, because that's how I taught myself. Because when you're not taught to vet, when you're not taught to, you know, when you're not taught and then you're not really shielded too much from what you should or what you should lean in on and what you should back away from. You know, you got to go through the motions of learning. That's what teaches you, and that's what gives you the experience of knowing what you're going to tolerate and what you ain't going to tolerate. But, you know, lately it's just been like, dang, it's another year, like, by myself. Let's see. I don't count interactions or brief connections or situationships, I don't count those things as relationships. Like, to me, a relationship is you and that person, y'all zoned in, not out but in, right? Y'all focused, y'all have common goals, y'all working on those goals together, y'all have an understanding. You know the details of each other's lives, right? There's nothing that is a secret. You know this person's parents, they know you. Y'all locked in. So I'm just like, dang, I'm so happy for everyone around me that is, experiencing love in that way and that romance. It's a beautiful thing. And I guess, am I tired of being single? Well, yeah, I am. Have I tried to be in relationships? Yes, I have. But I'm a difficult person. And I think some of us need to realize when we're difficult people, when we're very complex individuals, and that a good 90% of the people that I cross or that come into my orbit usually come into my orbit for, a lesson or a blessing. But it's never for the sake of an actual relationship. And I'm realizing that about myself. And maybe that's coming. I'm sorry, y'all, my piercing is, I'm still getting used to the bar. It's still kind of long. Because y'all know when they do your piercing, they put that first bar in. It's long until your swelling and stuff goes down, and I need to go back and get a shorter bar, so it's like hitting my gums and it irritating me a little bit. But I just been, maybe that's coming through to me through, a more spiritual perspective and trying to understand what my actual place is in this world. Because that's what it seems like. People come, they need love, they need care, they need nurturing, they need time, they need a listening ear. All these wonderful things about myself, right? But they usually need that, and then once they get what they need, right? Once they feel replenished, once they feel whole again, it's usually at that point that I realize I have no connection to this person for real. They may love me or be in deep like with me, but we are not equally yoked, or at least the energy that's being exchanged is not a fair exchange. And it's not that they're doing it intentionally. It's just energetically, I feel it. I feel, how can I say this? And I hope some of y'all understand where I'm coming from. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But if you can feel me, you know what I'm saying? Please like and subscribe, because that's what I would like y'all to do. For real. Like and subscribe. But I almost feel like the energy exchange is not a fair exchange, and the levels of intimacy be off, right? And then y'all, that's just one person that I got this bomb ass chemistry with, right? And it don't matter how much I try to leave it alone, go get somebody else, try to build with somebody else. See what I got, even in that point, it's like figuring out, like, okay, I know I want to be in a relationship, but can I just connect with the person based on basic things like we can cover we can cover the household together. You know, we can take trips, we can have some sort of a bond, but I wanna like I wanna feel I wanna feel the flame. But I only feel the flame with this one person. And it's like, it's not complicated for me with this person. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, this person, y'all, and I'm telling you, y'all probably got a person too. Like, you don't care if they dirty. You don't care. And when I say dirty, I mean, like, you know, ain't took a shower or something like that. Like, you don't care if they didn't fix their hair today. You don't care if they don't have on the flyest outfit. You don't care if they ain't got no money this week. Like, you don't care. Like, you just know that when you with this person, nothing else matters. Like, it don't have to be, it's like that person just feel like home to you. Like, you want to be with them. You want to be locked in with them. You want to build with them. You just want to do everything. You want to do everything in life with them. This person is probably the only person I can say, as a grown woman, I can wholeheartedly say I've been in love with this person. This person makes me nervous still to this day, even after almost 10, 11 years, maybe 12 of knowing them. Like, still give me butterflies. My hands still sweat sometimes when I see this person. I don't even think this person probably knows that I don't even really fully express myself around them. Not because I'm scared, just because I just be so like, oh my God, on the inside. Like, oh my God. But, you know, I don't know. They won't come clean about what it is for them. So I just try to move on and live my life and meet other people and do other things with this person still. Like, if they text me right now, I'm gonna get super excited. I'm be like, oh my God, what did he say? Like, and I be talking to myself, y'all. It don't gotta be nobody around. I just be like, oh my God. I hope it's the response I want. Oh my God, like a little kid, like a little girl. This person makes me feel that way. But I guess what I'm trying to say, on top of everything that I just said, because I'm getting like, ooh, on the inside, just thinking about them. But there's no proper way to get into a relationship. There's no right or wrong way to love a person. It just only depends and determines on what each party is looking for, and if that person is making you happy. Now, why he got to come here making noise? He know I'm recording. We go through this every time. He's doing this on purpose to me. Anyways. Yeah, it's my son. He really should be in bed. Anyway. So I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever makes you happy, right? Because I feel like nowadays in the world, the conversation is all about relationships and how to get a woman, how to get a man, what you got to bring to the table, and the 666 rule. He got to be 6 foot tall, 6 figures, 6-inch dick. Like, I just feel like, what am I gonna say? It don't matter. Like, how masculine is he or is she? Is he too feminine? Is she not feminine enough? Yes, those qualities are important, but I think if we just take a step back and just remember, like, okay, I like men, and you as a man, you like women. Let's just start there, because I think like we're getting so far off into these different avenues of how we are supposed to operate and function as women and men that we're forgetting to look at the qualities of a person. We're forgetting to just allow nature to take its course, and do what makes you happy and what will make your life balanced and at peace for you. I think if you got the money, sis, and he don't, but he make you happy, guess what you need to do? Wire him the money for the bills, bitch. Duh. Wire it to him. Yes. As long as he's working. But maybe you make the 6 figures, and maybe you can afford, maybe in some women make 7 or 8 figures. And you can afford it. Wire him the money, bitch. Wire it to him. Wire it to him. Why? Because that'll make you more relaxed. I've done it. I ain't gonna lie. I've been to dinner with a man, and I don't know if he had the money or not, but I cashed out him the money so he could swipe this card, because me knowing that he could handle it from that point allowed me to look at other qualities about him. So yes, if you got it, you take care of it, damn it. And bruh, man, like, if you got it, stop being stingy. Like, take care of that woman. You love her, take care of her. And I don't mean just monetarily, but also don't be stingy with your time. Don't be stingy with your heart. Don't be stingy with your protection. You know what I'm saying? Mental, physical, and spiritual protection. Both ways. And as long as you're functioning as a team, and if you married as one, because I could have sworn marriage is really binding. It's a binding agreement. So move as one. And most importantly, love who loves you back. And if they don't love you back, well, there's more from where that came from, and you will be comfortable and confident in moving as such if you are first submitting yourself to source, to the Most High, to that what y'all call God or God energy, to nature, and being replenished by that source. But other than that, just do what makes you happy in that department. And I think if we just do that, we can and relax off of this, conversations around how we should function as women and how men should function. I think what would clear it up is if a person does not display certain attributes off top about themselves, and they don't have certain characteristics about themselves and a good character, then you should know what there is to gain from it. Perhaps some people just can't give it because they don't have it to give. Or they don't know how because they've never seen it. They don't know what it looked like. So yeah. And I think the most important relationship to replenish and to regulate is the one with self. Because if you don't love you, nobody else will, right? And if you don't love you first, you ain't got no real love to give to nobody else. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want, I don't want it. I don't want it. If you can't give it to yourself, I don't want it, because what you giving me is gonna be scraps. Because you don't give it to yourself, you starve yourself out. So yeah, I don't know. This conversation gets touchy for me, and it has here lately anyway. And for those who have some sort of impairment, right? A good friend of mine told me that we all have impairments, right? Um, but for those who have an impairment, right? Because I am your favorite blind lady. Ooh, y'all, hold on, I keep forgetting. I went to this new nail salon, right? Got my nails done, and a couple of these are my real nails, but a couple of them I needed tips on, and the one that had a fake tip on it came right off. But anyways, um, you know, I am your favorite blind lady, right? Partially impaired, partially vision impaired. Um, don't give up, okay? Because I've been having to tell myself this here lately. Because I feel as though, I don't know if it's true, but I'm almost 1,000% sure it's true. 90% of people do not want to be with a person who's impaired. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we all have our preferences. And can't nobody make you like something you don't like. And can't nobody make you adjust to something that you're not comfortable with. But, for those of us who are impaired, love yourself, and how can I say it? Get around people who have something in common with you and that can share with you in spite of, or when they see you, they don't see impaired, right? They see they see you. They see that you are you, because a lot of times when you have an impairment, and I've gone through this several times, like if I'm doing something, I can't stand for someone to like stand over me and constantly like watch me. It makes me nervous. It makes me feel like I'm underperforming whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And that they're watching me to see where I mess up. That makes me really like paranoid and really like on the inside, because it makes me feel like now I am gonna mess up, because I know you're watching me, you're staring me down, you're trying to see what it is I'm gonna do wrong, because I'm impaired. And I go through that a lot, actually, more than people around me probably think. But get around people who can see you for you and can see you for the things that you can't offer, okay? Because no, I cannot give you a ride to the store. No, I'm not filling out no paperwork for you. I mean, I sign my own stuff, but that's because I know what I'm doing for me. But, no, you cannot depend on me to take you back and forth to work. No, you cannot depend on me to pick up your children when it's your job as an adult to pick up your children. And I have my own children to pick up. There's just certain things you can't. No, I can't go park your car. No, I may not go to I'm not going to go to the club with you. I mean, now I did actually go to the club, y'all, like a couple of years ago. Maybe more than a couple, like 21. I went to a strip club in Atlanta. And I became this level of impairment I became in 2020. So yeah, in 21 I went to a strip club. I did. It was my best friend's birthday and I did. I went. And I had a good time, but at the same time I was comfortable because I was around people who see me for me, not for me messing up, and also being around people who if I am slipping, they gonna get me together real quick, you know. Um, so yeah, and I'm thankful for. I am definitely thankful for the small circle that I have that is conscious of my impairment, and they keep me together. Majority of the time, now not all the time, but majority of the time, they keep me together. But you know, if you're impaired and single, just love on yourself. Do things that uplift you, that are going to benefit you. Focus on your health, because that's one thing that I am really into right now, is focusing on my health, doing what I can to revive, so to speak, my vision, and just not only for like others, for myself, one, two, for my children, because I feel like I am doing my best to provide them a decent, good quality lifestyle, but it could be better, just for my standard, it could be better. For some, will say, oh, they spoiled, this, that, and the third, but for me, it could be better. And by better, I feel like that's going to come with me working on my health and doing my best to regain some of my vision back. So yeah, that's one of my goals. Yeah, I just shared that. But okay. But are y'all liking and subscribing? Because, like, for real, like and subscribe. For real, come on, like and subscribe. Come on, don't do me like that. Like and subscribe. I just want to be your favorite homegirl, Like and subscribe. I just want to be your favorite cousin and them. Your TT. I'm getting up there, y'all. I'm about to be 32 soon. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 32, young though. But yeah. I think we had a good little conversation. What you think? You think you gonna be my sister girl? You think you gonna be my brother? You think you gonna be my friend, my little friend, my little them? What they be saying, I said my little them. My little shit, my little yeah. Gonna be my little yeah. Yeah, I know what it means. Yeah, I'm talking about that too. Look, I got an Instagram. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, this was another one. I feel like we had a good conversation. I feel like we had a good talk, I feel like we could be good friends, good partners. I feel like we could be family, I feel like I'd be your friend. Yeah, if you want me to be your little yeah, I can do that too, I feel like we're gonna get along good here, Just like and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I love you and I want you to love me back, Yeah, all that good stuff. I feel like something was on my lip, y'all. Anyways, I'm ready to go wipe this lipstick off. And go get me some rest while my 5-month, almost 6-month-old is, resting, sleeping, or whatever, Yes, I have a 5-month-old. I know. Trust me. Yeah. I've talked about that enough, I think, so far. As much of energy as I'm gonna give it. I didn't say that right, but I said it. Whatever. Yeah. And yeah. So, with that being said, I am on a mission. I need to get out of here, get off of here, get me some rest, because, honey, if I'm lucky, right, he'll sleep until 7 in the morning. But if he gets a little hungry, he gonna be up at like 3 or 4. And then at 7:30 a.m., I gotta get my oldest up, and out the door for his day. So yeah, I am. I'm coming out of being sleep deprived. My mood is getting so much better. Magnesium is helping me, y'all. If you ain't got no magnesium, I don't know what you're doing. You need to get you some. But if you have high blood pressure, heart issues, mood swings, not getting enough sleep, not getting a balanced sleep, whatever, all I know is it's my best friend. And I have noticed like it is regulating me so much better. I'm so relaxed. Because it relaxes your arteries and everything for good blood flow and all that to the heart, and just taking care of myself. And when I tell you my mood swings, because after I had my baby, my youngest son, my mood swings was, and I'm usually a well-tempered individual unless I get ticked off, and I mean really ticked off about something. If you get me upset, I'm upset because you really did something to me. But after I had my baby, like, it didn't matter. I was going off about everything. For real. You could have made me a plate of some French fries and gave me the French fries, and I said, give me the sauce on the side, and you could have forgot my sauce. And I'd be like, what's going on? Where's my sauce? Like, I was really bitchy after having my son. But I think it's just part of a lot of energy that I needed to release, and, getting back to myself and going through postpartum and all that. But get you some magnesium. I'm just gonna say it. Get some magnesium. It has really worked for me all the way around. I'm definitely more relaxed. Like, people be saying stuff that would normally take me out. I'd be like, okay, cool. Or now I don't even feel like, you could lie to me. You could say some dumb shit to me, and guess what? I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I know you lying the whole time, but it's just that magnesium got me like, and I'm a Capricorn, right? So we already naturally nonchalant as fuck, and baby, let me tell you, I'm probably coming off more nonchalant more now than in my entire life so far. Like, I know people be like, you really don't care. I'm telling you, I'm literally, my household is a definition of, we never gave a fuck. We are literally the don't give a fuck crew. Seriously. So relaxed, I don't give a damn. Who you yelling at? Who you yelling at? That's how I'm talking now. You talking to me? You talking to me like that. Now like and subscribe. Now, since you gonna get a fit, who you hollering at? Why? Do you want a hug? That's what that magnesium do to me. Do you want a hug? But anyways, I'm gonna get on off of here, and I hope you all have an amazing week. And love yourself, love the people around you, and make sure you express it, show it. Don't hold back. Give everybody their flowers that deserve them. While they can smell them. Hug them, hold them, appreciate them. But see, it's the thing. Don't just say you appreciate them. Don't just say, I appreciate you. Give them some real action that shows that you appreciate them. Yeah. And that don't mean you got to spend money. It could be certain gestures. Okay? That's it. Don't keep saying, I appreciate you, I appreciate them. Yeah, I know you might, but show me that. It's good to show it sometimes. We all need a little loving, a little care, a little understanding. Okay? And especially with the conditions of our society right now, it's important for us to, take it easy on each other. But be honest, be respectful, be understanding. Stand on your square. Um, love yourself. Stay grounded, get rooted, be connected to something. Have connections that are worth living for. Have connections that are worth your while. Um, and feed those connections, feed those relationships. Love on those people. Don't just be connected to folks and misusing and abusing and not reciprocating and returning the energy that is being spent on you. Yes, spent. The same way y'all spend money, that's how some of us spend energy. Yeah, because it's worth that much. Yeah. So value it and make it known, okay? And I'm going to get out of here. You know, I love y'all. Until next time, peace out. Mwah.